Y'all can't fuck with the police. Y'all can't fuck with the police. Y'all can't fuck with the police.
What more do you want from me?
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no 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 fucking way, boy. Some of them going to sleep. Fuck God!
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. God damn. God damn. The goddamn police, man. No, I'm playing the wrong song. Goddamn police, man. Hey, look, man. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like, Tyreek Hill was not in the wrong. Tyreek Hill was definitely in the fucking wrong. Being arrogant and being an asshole to the police, that's a definite no-no. Especially when you're come on, hello. That's an automatic no-no. It don't matter what tax bracket you in, brother. You still. Haven't y'all learned? Didn't Jay-Z already tell y'all? Still nigga. We still nigga. OJ like, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay. Come on, man. No matter what type of status you claim. Dark nigga, real nigga, house nigga, field nigga. Real nigga, you're still a nigga. To the police, you're still a nigga. So don't get it twisted. I'm just keeping it real with y'all, bro. So Tyreek Hill was definitely acting out of pocket. Definitely, hey man, it is what it is. But we're gonna get right into this with the homie Chisel Adonis. Let's get it though.
Get out! 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 What part of blood are you doing this time? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, dude. I'm getting arrested.
Yeah, being too aggressive. This was too aggressive, though. This was unnecessarily too aggressive. You didn't have to do all this. I don't think this was right by them to do all this to just one person. It's not that serious. I understand he was being an asshole, but at the same time, that don't give them the right to just use blunt force against you like that. That's not cool, bro. That's definitely not cool, bro, at all. See no changes. All I see is racist faces. RP Tupac.
I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. Damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand?
Out,
you understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. You're a little fucking confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late. Too late.
All right, bro. Take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do.
We are. We will.
Good, bro.
It is good.
Hey.
Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. You stop crying.
Y'all.
So move.
Good. Bro, you beat on my window like you crazy.
Have a seat.
I'm gonna have a seat. Hey.
Have a seat.
Okay, dude. Okay.
Right. No, you're doing it now. Go.
Hold on, twin. Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
I just had surgery in your ears when we got there.
Chill, bro.
All right, so boom. The NFL kicked off their week 1 of the 2024 season, but funny enough, the biggest story wasn't even on the gridiron. It was actually before kickoff in Miami as all-pro wide receiver Tyreek Hill was detained for reckless driving. But despite the fact that he was let go, then gone on to put on a magnificent performance against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the officer who detained him was immediately placed on administrative duties, we've got body cam footage from, I believe, 4 or 5 different officers, numerous different angles, released damn near immediately. I don't think I've ever seen body cam released this fast, but one way or another, let's break it all down, come to a...
They trying to protect their image, so they trying to show like, well, he was being an asshole, but at the same time, y'all were being assholes too. Y'all didn't have to be that fucking aggressive with him.
Consensus on what transpired, and above all else, have an objective opinion. So let's get right into it. These are the two officers that pulled over Tyreek Hill on what appears to be a routine speed trap setup. As you can see, they're starting to prepare to get ready to go and pull over Tyreek Hill. So I'm assuming they were either tipped off by another officer that Tyreek was going above the speed limit. Might I add, this particular street, the speed limit is 40 miles per hour. Tyreek Hill doesn't even come into frame until 30 seconds after the camera started rolling. This is Tyreek Hill passing in his McLaren right now, and both officers are on their way. Now, as you can see from the chase, the officer's having to pick up a lot of speed in order to go and catch Tyreek. But this is nowhere near 100. This is about, at best, 65 to go and catch Tyreek. But still, keep in mind, if the speed limit is 40, simply going 60 is still well over the speed limit. So yes, it was indeed warranted to pull over Tyreek Hill. But this is when things got very interesting.
How's your speeding? Go forward.
Here we go.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man. Don't knock on
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt
Knock
on?
on my window like that, though.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up?
Don't knock on
See that right there, that's the ignorance right there. Hey, we gotta call it down the middle. We gotta call it down the middle over here. This is ignorance right here. You cannot be acting like this towards the police. That still does not justify what the police did, though. I don't care what anybody says. That never will justify the police actions. That was totally uncalled for. It's totally unnecessary. It's a traffic stop. Okay, it's a traffic stop. I get it. You gotta understand. He's irritated. He's on the way to the game. You just pulled him on. Everybody gets mad when they get pulled over. Now, some people save face. Some people just show their true emotions. Like, here, go on. Do what you gotta do. Hurry up with the ticket so I can go. You know how fast you were going? Just take the damn license and do what you gotta do, bruh. Like, I understand. I do understand. Some people be like that. I do understand that. And it's understandable because once you get pulled over by the cops, it's like, oh, bro. I know that feeling. I've been there. A couple times. I already got the window down. Here you go. Go ahead and go do what you got to do. Write the ticket up. I'll pay it when I pay it.
my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here. Now we can lower it and talk to
Just
you.
get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm gonna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do.
Straight out the gate, I think Tyreek Hill right here is in the wrong. Why is that? Because you're already agitated. You're annoyed that you're getting pulled over, which that is warranted. However, the officer's just doing their job.
Yeah.
It's not as if they were unlawful in pulling you over. You were over the speed limit.
Exactly. At the same time, you broke the law, so they doing their job. It's just them doing their job. I understand. It's understandable. We all been there. We all been pulled over for speeding. We all been pulled over for a tail light or something like that, or some stupid, you know what I'm saying? Something stupid like, oh, your license plate doesn't have lights on it. You're gonna get that taken care of. I'm not gonna give you a ticket. I just wanted to know. Dude, it's daylight outside. Why are you pulling me over in the daylight? I can see if it was nighttime. It's daylight. Like, I literally got pulled over because how can you even see in it? Like I said, sometimes I can understand. But right here, it's like, dude, just be calm, get it over. If you want to just be, the older you get, the more you realize, the more calmer you are in these situations, the faster it goes. Just comply, be like, yeah, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta be, yes sir, no sir. You can just be like, yeah, okay, cool. I hear you. Here you go. All right, handle your business. All right, cool. Yeah, like you ain't gotta be a dick about it, but just comply. You ain't gotta comply with like, yes sir, no sir. I really did not know how fast I was going, but I apologize. I completely apologize. Like, you ain't gotta be like all that, but I'm just saying though.
So you're already starting out, handing him your ID before he can even say anything to you. And he has to knock on your window in order to let you know that he's finally by your driver's side. If you had the window down, he would have never had to go and knock on said window. Nobody gonna pull you over, just stand outside the window and then go back to their car. That's not how it works. Lower your window first so you don't have that issue.
Exactly.
Then he asked you, why is your seatbelt off?
Hey, don't knock on my window like that. Don't knock on
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Knock on my window like that, no.
This will come into play later because they wrote Tyreek Hill a ticket for driving without a seatbelt. However, given he was in a tinted vehicle, how could you have ever identified that the seatbelt was off? You only noticed the seatbelt was off at the time of the stop. So you can't sit there and say he was driving without a seatbelt. He simply did not have the seatbelt on at the time. However, Tyreek could have said, I just took it off so I could go and get my ID. I think that would have moved forward from there. But if you listen to the tonality of what the officer had to say, he's just trying to do his job, right? So he said, hey, I had to knock on your window in order for me to be able to let you know I'm here so I can talk to you. That's it. Tyreek is already escalating the situation for no reason. Furthermore, the fact that he would say, just write me my ticket, I got to get to where I got to go because I'm running late. If that's what you're trying to do, why agitate this man?
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
And now a word from our sponsor.
All right, so boom, football season is back. So that means I'm going.
Y'all go support. Y'all go support the homie Chisel, man.
Keep your window down. Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car.
Now, this is where things started to go off the rails because although Tyreek Hill did indeed give his ID to the officer and he's supposed to now go back to his vehicle, write Tyreek the ticket, return to Tyreek's vehicle, give him the ID and the ticket, and then that's the conclusion of said stop. Tyreek Hill rolled up his window before the officer can now leave from said location. Furthermore, not only did Tyreek raise the window back up, look at him right here. He's putting his seatbelt back on. And granted, he's in a tinted vehicle, so you can't necessarily see clearly inside. Now, I understand what you guys are thinking. You don't have to have the window down the entire traffic stop. But look at it from the cop's perspective in this situation. You had a guy who you just pulled him over. He was already a bit annoyed and agitated upon giving you the ID. You're in an exposed situation because you have to turn your back to go to your vehicle to write this man a ticket. Because you can't see what's going on in the vehicle, it's not a probability that he may have, a firearm or whatever the case may be, but it's still a possibility. And because Tyreek Hill rolled it back up, reached and put on the seatbelt, and he's keeping the window up, you don't know what's going on. And it's an open road. If you take a look at the officer turn, and as he looked, if Tyreek wanted to just take off, who's to say he could have gave you a false ID? You don't know who he is. Up until this point, Tyreek Hill is tripping.
Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 What part of blood are you in this?
And this is when things begin to shift in Tyreek's favor and more wrongdoings and nefarious intent done by the Miami-Dade Police Department. Before we get there, we got to first acknowledge the last bits of where Tyreek Hill went wrong. Because when the officer had told him, all right, now I'm going to need you to get up out the car, right? At that point, you're in an unfortunate situation. I think at the moment Tyreek Hill was trying to call Drew Rosenhaus, his agent. Also, he was dragging feet as it pertains to opening the car. Because for one, it was very impressive that the officer knew how to open up a McLaren door. I don't even know how to do that. Also, another reason why Tyreek would have probably wanted to keep the windows up is because obviously you're a public figure. You're Tyreek Hill in Miami on the way to a Miami game. Last thing you want is other people seeing you get pulled over, taking those photos and videos. Is incredibly embarrassing. And furthermore, things like that could get leaked to like TMZ and other stuff, and people could spin a narrative and say you got pulled over for something that you actually didn't get pulled over for. So I completely understand that angle. But the officer don't know that. So if you were to have spoke to the officer in a much, calmer manner and said, hey, listen, this is who I am. I know I was speeding, whatever the case may have been. I'm a public figure. I'm actually a star receiver for the Dolphins. I'm on the way to the stadium. Do you mind if I keep my window up so that other people don't take a photo of me? You have my ID, anything else that you need. Like, work with them. I'm not telling you to be a police bootlegger, but in this situation, you're at their mercy. They are God. And furthermore, knowing that you're trying to get out of there as fast as possible, don't do anything to escalate the situation. It's just a smart thing to do, especially as a black person in America. If you already have that thought process behind, man, the police is coming over to my car, I'm in fear for my life, they might just mess around and try to put hands on me or maybe whip out their firearm and shoot me. Why am I trying to sit here and hold court in the street? What am I going back and forth with you for? If I'm supposed to be in a situation where I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get where I gotta go, or maybe you might just be up to something, I don't know what's going on with you. I'm not trying to do anything to give you a reason. Why am I going back and forth? I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. I'm not gonna sit in the street and hold court. That's the last thing that you wanna do.
Get out. What part of blood are you in this? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. Damn, twin. When we tell you
you to do something, you do it. You understand? You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. You're a little fucking confused. I'm getting out. Too late. Too late. All right, bro. Take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do. We are. We will. Good, bro. It is good. Hey. Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. You stop crying. Y'all. Don't move. Good. Bro, you beating on my window like you crazy.
You set him up?
What y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy for? Damn, yo, bro. Bro, dude, beating on my window like he crazy. I ain't do nothing, twin. Damn. Hey, hold on, pull to the side, Joe, dude.
Have a seat.
I'm gonna have a seat. Hey.
Have a seat.
I'm finna.
Right? No, you're doing it now. Go. Have a seat.
Hold on, twin, hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee.
See, that's taking it too
I just had surgery on my
This is where you're taking it too far. Okay, this is where this set. Nah, Chief. Nah. Nah, that was unnecessary.
I just tell you in your ears when we go there. Chill, bro. Hey, don't do, bro.
Back up.
Hey, call Drew.
It was at this very moment in which the train went off the rails, and both these officers started running a two-man like it was a late night on 6th Street. I haven't seen a two-man power trip like this since Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin in 2001. A wild Calais Campbell appeared, might I add, as well, and a Jonu Smith was on the scene as well.
Back up right now. Back up right now. Get back. I'm telling you, go back. I don't have to talk to you. Go back. Wait, pass our card.
You need to step
You want to be handcuffed too? All right, then back up. We're not playing this game here, man. So it's not your business. Get by your car and leave. You gotta go before you get a ticket.
I'm not driving.
Who's the driver?
This is my car.
All right, move. You gotta move right now. Let me have your license. You get a ticket too.
I'm coming.
Let me have your license. You get a ticket. Let me have your license.
I'm leaving.
I'm not playing. Let me have your license. Your license right now. Your license right now. You're not gonna give me your license? You're not gonna give me your license? Let me have your license. Your license right now. Hey, your license right now. Or I'm gonna lock you up. Your license right now. Your license right now.
Y'all just told the man to leave, and then he's like, okay, I'm going. And it's like, y'all not even giving him a chance to get to the damn car. Like, damn, let him get in the car at least, damn. They're not even giving him a chance. It's like, do it now. It's like, yo, let me get it. Like, what y'all want him to do? They got to get into the car. It's not that, you just can't teleport into the car. Y'all want them to just run and comply and just bow down. Like, no, fuck that. Like, nigga homie was gonna get to the car, man. Y'all just gotta be patient.
Right now, you're dealing with me now. Your license right now.
At this point, it's a clusterfuck of a situation. Stuff went bad like a Shannon Sharp Instagram live. You got multiple different officers giving different commands. Jonu Smith don't know what to do, whether to leave or whether to stay. Calais Campbell trying to figure out what's going on just to figure out the down and distance like he was on the field of how far can he be to observe the situation without disturbing the peace, and he still got put in cuffs.
If I'm telling you to do something, do it. I don't care if you're Obama or if you're Bush.
Sorry, your energy's too high.
No, it's not. Listen. If I'm telling you to do something, just do it.
I got you.
If I'm telling you roll out the window, roll it down. Don't lock it up.
I got you.
Okay? I don't know why you're not rolling down the window.
I don't know.
I want to go home. It's what?
They just want to go to the game. They got a game.
Well, not today. I'm not going to tell you again to leave. I'm going to give you one more time. If you don't leave, I'm going to take you to jail. Listen, if you don't listen to me.
Can you talk to me, sir?
Listen. I'm giving you an order. One more time. I'm giving you an order to get out of here. Hey, throw me down right here. Right there. Get down. Put your hands behind your back. That's it. I told you, leave. Nope, too late.
First, let me preference, I'm not well versed in this realm of law, but to my knowledge, I don't believe it's illegal for a bystander to be there on the scene.
It's not. It's never been illegal for a bystander to sit there. You can sit there and witness, but you have to witness it from a distance. He told him to stay there by his car. He said, stay by your car. That's your distance. You stay over there. Then he comes back and he's like, nah, get the fuck on up out of here. It's not that serious. It's not as the only way you could tell somebody to leave a crime scene is if it's like, okay, it's a shootout or something like that. Like if a person may be an endangerment to the people in the area, Then you have to tell people to, hey, get the fuck back, get back in your car, get the fuck out the area, leave now, danger. That's the only time the police can do that. This is a traffic stop. This is not that serious, but it is. Hey man, the police. It's clear that this officer is terrible at his job, very terrible at his job. He needs to be retrained badly.
Of an ongoing investigation in the midst of said traffic stop. As long as they don't intervene, interfere, or disrupt what's going on, they wouldn't be detained. I guess in this case, the officers thought perhaps Calais Campbell, having been too close, because he kept saying 25 feet, was in a position to where he should have been detained. Jonu Smith, they gave that brother a citation. Personally, I don't think that's the case for Calais Campbell, because he's not stepping around shouting obscenities at the officers or anything of the nature. You saw him with his hands up numerous different times, just trying to figure out what's going on. Granted, the officers do not have to tell him what's going on because they themselves are unaware who the vast majority of the individuals in this scenario are. They have no clue of their affiliation with the Miami Dolphins. They have no clue with their affiliation with Tyreek Hill. At this point in state in the video, you can tell they have no clue what's going on. They're just trying to diffuse the situation. However, they're escalating it because you can see they've reached such a high level of agitation, that indignation invigorating inside of their soul. There's a lot of alliteration going on over here, but you can see that they've lost the plot.
Like, he a whole, like...
Wanna hear me out?
Huh?
Wanna hear me out?
What?
Driving reckless, that's behind the turnpike. That's the reason they called out your vehicle. Saying you were driving reckless.
But that don't still give you no reason to pull me, snatch me out my car, do it? Do that?
He admitted everything, 5-5. Hear you, bro.
Huh? Do that give you a reason? Do that give you a reason to snatch you out? Do that give you a reason to snatch me out my car? Do that give you a reason to snatch me out my car?
Do me a favor, wait over there, man. By the
Do that give you a reason to snatch me out my car?
Do me a favor, wait over there.
Do that give you a reason to snatch me out my car? And look, how do you
just said?
You got proof of that, sir?
I will say this much. Tyreek Hill does indeed right now have a legitimate argument when asking, does all of what transpired warrant him being slammed to the ground, then pulled down to the ground again on a surgically repaired knee that they were unaware about, then choked by said second officer? Absolutely not. Furthermore, he could have had a legitimate claim in court, because if you take a look at the actual citation, it says a visual estimate of him going 60. It's not as if they tracked it by radar. And then the situation with the seatbelt, because you have the body cam and the officer asking, why is your seatbelt off? You could have easily just said, well, you took it off for the traffic stop. You could have gotten away with all of this with nothing out of pocket. And if you really take into account how much money Tyreek Hill happens to have, and how much these two citations that are combined together, a seatbelt alongside the speeding, comes up to no more or no less than 300 some bucks. All of this transpired for give or take $300.
I need about 350.
Why is he acting up like that?
I'm about that's the goddamn blocking this one.
Now, this goes on to confirm my initial hunch that the officer who pulled over Tyreek Hill had no clue who he was. And even if he did know who he was, still, Tyreek Hill was indeed speeding. So that doesn't give you clearance to do whatever the hell you want, because you generate and bring so much money to the community. And furthermore, you happen to be a public figure. That's not a get out of jail free card, no pun intended.
Not at all.
Furthermore, after a more senior officer pulled up on the scene, I would assume so, because it was one that Tyreek Hill just so happened to recognize. And furthermore, the other officers kind of allowed him to take lead, if I'm not mistaken, just judging off of what I saw off the body cam. But Tyreek Hill goes on to embellish a lot of what transpired.
No, so look, he told me to pull over, right? And I pulled over, he was like, why ain't the seatbelt on? I'm like, sir, was I speeding?
Now, wait a minute. Hold on. I don't remember it going down like that.
He was like, nah. He was like, yeah, you was speeding. I'm like, sir, I was going 55 in a 40. Okay, that's cool. I was like, okay, right there, take me.
When did this conversation happen? I could have swore it went down differently.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man. Don't knock on
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt
Don't knock
on?
on my window like that, no.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here.
Don't knock
That
on
way you
my
can lower it
window.
and talk to
Just
you.
get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do.
Keep it down.
Huh.
I meant ticket so I can go. He was like, he started walking away. I let my window back up and I put my seatbelt on, right? So he was like, oh, put your window. I said, I'm not gonna put my window down, bro. I'm not, bro. I'm gonna call Drew. So I called Drew. You know Drew Brooks, right? So I called Drew to make sure everything was straight.
We understood
Like, get out the car.
that this nigga was clearly lying.
Out of control and nothing.
Now, wait a minute.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt
Don't knock
on?
on my window like that, no.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up?
Don't knock on my window like
Why
that.
you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here. That way you can lower it and talk to
Just
you.
get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do.
Keep it down. Hey! Keep your window down. Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Damn. What part of blood is doing this now? But then they pulled me out the car, slammed on my knee. He fucked my knee up again, dog. I got tendonitis again, bro. Like my whole knee fucked up because of this. So really, bro. Hey, can you take these off me though? Please. Hey, you should have been here. You should have been here.
Then again, it's only been 10 minutes. I mean,
Hey yo, what the fuck?
As he was coming, when he called it, he was hauling ass. I get after him, pull over. What are you stopping me for? I'm like, for speeding. So he pulls up, I go to his window, I knock on the window. Don't knock on my window like that. So I ask for a license.
No, CP was raising my security. Okay.
He gives me the license. Then he raises the window. I knock on the window again. Keep your window down.
Okay.
Keep your window down. I'm like, you know what? At this point, get out of the car.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you out of the car. So he's refusing to get out of the car. That's when Donnie take him out.
Okay.
Huh. That's interesting. Nonetheless, there was a fan who recognized Calais Campbell.
I'm a big fan.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I don't need to tell you that, sir.
Talk about awkward. Then OBJ showed up on the scene. Nevertheless, as we all know, all parties were released and allowed to go about their day and went on to go have a monster game. Calais Campbell with a sack, Jonnu Smith had a catch, Tyreek Hill went for 130 and a touchdown, and OBJ is still on the pup list.
Here's a citation, sir. You can take it to court, traffic school, you can pay for it.
This is not personal, man, but I'm telling you, read between the lines. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. I understand that. What's your name? I'm sorry? What is it? Calais. Calais? So relax, okay? Relax your arm. Relax your arm. You're right. Appreciate it. Hey, hold on, man. Thank you. Hold on, man. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you, man. Respect, for real. Everybody. Hey, nothing personal. Appreciate it. Hey, I still got love for y'all, brother. I want to be an officer one day. I respect all y'all.
In conclusion, now that we've all seen the body cam footage, I'll say this much. I think both parties were in the wrong at different points in the altercation. At first, it was on Tyreek. You, sir, were speeding in your McLaren 60 in a 40. Then upon getting pulled over and the officer knocked on your window, you could have just said, hey, you don't got to knock on my window like that once. But instead, you kept going, egging the officer on, increasing, the agitation in the particular stop. Granted, you gave him your ID. You should have just waited till he walked off to go and lower, or I should say, raise your window upwards. Then, upon not putting it back down, that's when I think things took a turn because the other officer came over, pulled you up out the vehicle, slammed you on the ground, put that knee on your back, put on them shiny bracelets, handcuffed you, and then proceeded, after they walked you towards the sidewalk, that same officer came around, grabbed you by the neck, took you to the ground, and then proceeded to choke you as well. Completely out of line. He needs to be dealt with.
Yeah.
Administrative duty might not be enough. Maybe you got to take that brother off the force or figure out what kind of anger management he's got to get situated. As for Calais Campbell and Jonnu Smith, I think that was kind of unnecessary to a certain degree. It could have just been one officer to go and talk to them individually. You didn't need to have multiple different officers shouting a bunch of different, commands that ultimately overrided each other. This guy telling you to get up out of here. This guy telling you to give your ID. Who do I listen to? It's an unfortunate kind of situation. And the amounts of bystanders that were getting, barked at for just being within the vicinity. Some people were just walking by and they too were getting barked at just minimally because they were just in passing. So I guess the cops had to identify if they were just trying to stick around or if they were just passing by. But one way or another, this entire situation could have been avoided. This is over a total of maybe $300. And I understand what people will probably say is, well, it's not about the money, it's about the principle. But if it's about the principle, Tyreek Hill knew you needed to be at the stadium at a particular time. If you're running late, okay, the number one goal should keep the conversation between yourself and the officer at a minimum, because you already knew what time it was. Hence why you in your mind you said to the officer, hey, just write me my ticket and then we can get up out of here. There was no need for the additional escalation. I can understand you don't need to have your window all the way down. You're a public figure. People are gonna spot you, but ultimately it is what it is. You got stopped. At this point, you know what's on the marquee. Just comply, go about your business. Because it's not to say it's in violation of your rights. You've got something bigger to do at the moment, being the game in which you're paid so handsomely to do. That's ultimately what your objective for that day was. And you knew that, hence why you knew yourself you were in a rush. The moment that you started to go and escalate things, it took things to a whole other level, and then ultimately the officers escalated it even more. So both parties are at fault. I think it was very interesting that the videos that were circulating on social media initially were showcasing Tyreek Hill ultimately being a super victim of the entire situation with no context whatsoever. Now that we see the body cam footage, we can't sit over here and try to exonerate him as if he didn't play a role in what transpired as well. All things could have been avoided. So ultimately, the citations were handed out. I think that Jonnu Smith, if they gave a citation to Calais Campbell, I didn't see one. And Tyreek Hill can go to the courts and battle against the citations and avoid a couple of $100 in fines. But this entire thing got blown way out of proportion than it needed to be.
Indeed.
And again, to the second officer, take that man off the force. To the first one, you could put him on administrative duty, and perhaps you guys go through a bunch of different particular kind of trainings to identify better ways to diffuse situations. But all in all, for Tyreek, you know better. You've got too much to lose to play games like this. That's all I got to say about that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'm curious to see what you guys take just so happens to be. Hey, I appreciate you watching the entire video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button on the way out if you haven't already. And on top of that, hit that notification bell as well. For whatever reason, YouTube's only showing my videos to 20% of my subscribers. So if you have already turned on the notification bell, turn it off, turn it back on. If you never turn it on, turn it on. I appreciate you.
Alrighty. That's just gonna about do it for this one. Like I said, most definitely both parties are wrong. Let's just keep it real. Both parties are wrong. Let's not sit up here and act like Tyreek was in the wrong. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. He was definitely in the wrong. He definitely made the situation worse than what it should have been. It is what it is, though. But anyways, though, that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. I'll get back to you. Till then, peace out. Fuck police.